Hi guys, welcome to Travel with Austin. I'm Austin. Today I am here at the abandoned Lock House 19 on the Ohio River. This is a location I have been to before already. It's kind of becoming a bit of an unintentional tradition. I came here for the first time and made a video in 2019, made a video in 2020, and now I'm making a video in 2021. But I'm actually here for a few different reasons this time. One is because I got a new camera, and this is a safe location to shoot, and since this location I've shot in before already, if something messes up, it's okay because I already have videos here, and it means I will be able to fix them before I go someplace new. Also, I have looked up some more of the history of this place, so that is another reason I want to come back here, and I just love this building in general. Now, before I actually get into this place, let's talk a bit about this new camera. So this camera is wider angle. I believe it is around a 93 field of view, and it comes with a little wide angle attachment that I will use at the very end of the video that pumps it up even more. It has a wireless microphone along with 3 built-in microphones, an improved sensor. It's supposed to be better in the dark, and it also has this nice little joystick so I can pan the camera without actually moving, so some shots should be smoother once I get the hang of using it. But for now, let's get into the actual history of Lock 19. Right now I'm actually at the top floor, so we can take a look around here. Now this place was built in 1916, along with about 50 other of these exact same places. The architecture can vary slightly, but most of them look pretty much the same. And they were built to control these wicket locks, which I will talk more about the wicket locks when we get to the bottom. But right now, let's explore this area. So first of all, we have the big drop-off. Now, I believe that there was some type of a lift here or something to haul things from the first floor to the second floor, as the first floor has the same exact square area here. Now, something interesting about up here, especially in the windows, is we do have these little pulleys. Sadly, they seem locked in place now. Last time I was here, you could pull on them. Now we do have a little shed up here. And we have another room. I remember the first time I came here, I for some reason thought this was a shower. I'm still not sure why I thought that. And I'm still not really sure what it is, so I guess that guess is as good as any. Now we do have a little attic up here in the wood area. There's nothing really up there. And then we have the big boiler. So let's just take a look at that real quick. Just absolutely massive. It does have a ladder that you can climb up to see the inside, but it is of course empty. And we're actually in the turret of the building right now, which when we get to the outside will be wonderful if you've never seen it before. And out the windows here, you can just see the Ohio River. So now we are going to go down stairs. So this is one of my favorite rooms just because of how wonderful it looks. It is very colorful with the graffiti. Now this place was built very industrially, so everything here is made of concrete and the stairs are made of metal, which is part of the reason it has stood the test of time, really. Although every time I come here, it is in worse and worse condition. Now, when this place opened, a lot of America didn't have power. So this steam station not only provided power to itself, but provided power to the 2 lock houses that are up the hill that you'll see at the very end of the video. And apparently, this is where they would boil the water, and there would be a steam engine here that would run in turn, and basically provide power for here. I'm not sure if the locks needed power or not. I would assume they probably do, and also for the lock houses. Now I imagine it connected right here, which connects to the pit in the basement, which we will see in just a little bit. So as we walk this way, this area seems like it was some sort of living quarters for whoever was on active duty in the lock. As you can see, we do have a fireplace. And also the walls here make it look like this was the only area that had some sort of drywall. And it is quickly peeling away. It's also where we have the worst condition. As you can see, part of the ceiling has fallen. Now, here in the main room, you can see we have the first story version of the lift access, assuming that's what it was. We also have a hole in the ground that leads to the basement. So as we keep walking back into the steam room, we have some stairs to the basement. And we're gonna walk in here. Now I'm actually not sure what this room was. I imagine it aided the power production in some way, but it is now mostly empty. We do have some pipes barely hanging from the ceiling here. This also does have the massive door. This place has a lot of massive doors and windows, especially arched, which is very nice. But this room is mostly empty except for some trash from some people who probably threw a party in here. Every time I come here, this place is in a little bit worse condition and a little bit more trashed. Now, as we walk into the basement, we have this area back here, which really just leads to itself, kind of just a hallway that leads over here. We have a bin. I originally thought maybe it was to hold coal. Honestly, it still could have been. I'm not sure. Someone recently threw a couch in here. And here we have the pit. I'm always kind of a little afraid I'm going to fall into it, even though there's plenty of room. And this is where the other side of the hallway connects. I kind of like this graffiti at the very end. It's very nondescript, but when I first saw it, I thought for a second there was a person there. So it kind of freaked me out a bit. Now we do have the stairs again that we just passed by on the first floor. And here we have the basement area. So what's kind of interesting about this is when I first came here, there were several barrels of some sort of chemical here. Now I believe they were empty because they were all rusted out. But I remember I looked up the chemical and it was very flammable, very toxic. And now those are all gone, which makes me wonder who would take them. So here we're in the basement of the turret. You can see there's another bit of the couch outside. So now let's actually walk up these stairs. And I'm going to take a walk outside here real quick. So here we have the chimney area. For some reason there's kind of a concrete wall around this. But here we do have the chimney, which I imagine would have been where the steam escaped from. I honestly think it's in pretty good condition for how old it is, and this place hasn't been used since 1968. So it's sat abandoned for a really long time, and it's still in good condition. So now we're going to go down by the river and talk a bit about the lock system, which admittedly I don't know a whole lot about, but I did do a little bit of research. So as you can see, we got some nice easy river access. People actually go boating here and also fishing. So Wicked dams, as far as I understand them, basically were wooden planks in the water that could be raised or lowered by a special hook, and they would help control the depth of the water in the lock, which I believe we are standing near the old lock right now. And if you actually go further that way, there's another set of stairs, and it looks exactly the same here. Now, these dams were tasked with keeping the water at 9 feet so ships could pass through. Now, if you're like me, you're probably thinking 9 feet seems really shallow, especially when you're considering the Ohio River. Basically, what I learned is, and this honestly shocked me, the natural depth of the Ohio River is between 3 and 20 feet. But once humans started damming everything up, creating locks and dams and stuff, the median height of the Ohio River became 16 feet, and at its deepest, it is now 164 feet. So really, it was a lot more shallow back in the day. So that's kind of interesting. There's just kind of a boat over there, and I can't tell if there's a person in it or not, but it's been sitting there for at least 35 minutes, not moving. So that's a bit concerning. So yeah, that is basically all I know about the Wicket Dam system. It started to be replaced, I believe, in the 1950s, and it actually didn't get finished until 2018. And I do believe that even though it is considered finished, there are still 2 Wicket dams on the Ohio River. So, this is the actual lock house itself. But if you've been here, you'll notice that there are 2 houses up on the hill here. So, basically these 2 houses, from what I understand, were for the lock master and for the workers. I do believe that the one on the right probably would have been for the lock master because it is smaller, and the one on the left for all the workers because it is larger and you'd be able to have more workers stay in it. Now there's also a cemetery up there, and if we move this way a little bit, you can hopefully see the tower in the distance. It is believed that was a water tower for the houses and for the station over here. So let's get a nice look at it from the outside. Beautiful building. My favorite thing is the turret here. Now, like I said, there were quite a few of these made. Not a lot are still standing. There is one somewhere in West Virginia, I believe, that is now a campground. And they have basically turned the lock house into their bathrooms and showers and game room. And interestingly enough, I just learned there is one near Point Pleasant that until a few years ago was abandoned and people would go there. But it does seem now like it is a private residence. So there are more of these, and I hope to explore new ones if I can ever find them. But this one is very accessible to the public. It's owned by the government. And anyone can really come visit. So I really hope you guys like this video. You'll have to let me know what you think of the new camera. I will be using this camera mostly from now on to film. I'm still keeping my old one just in case, I forget this one or something. But I am impressed so far with the changes, and I hope you guys are too. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. Now, to end this video, I'm going to do a tour of the building just with the ultra-wide lens on, so you guys can see if you enjoy that or not. So if you want to see that, please stay tuned, and if not, thank you guys for watching.